Welcome back to Ace Dental Software. I am super excited to show off our newest feature. It's going to make your clinical note-taking even faster than it already is. So what we did, you can check out this feature yourself. I'm going to show you how to customize and create your own note. So if you go right up to the top here on the notes on the top toolbar, and just select that and do a drop down here for your clinical notes. If you select on ACE Notes, that will bring up your ability to put together a note. Again, I repeat, in a matter of seconds. So I already have this crown prep done for you here. So I'm going to select on crown prep. You can see here I've gone through and just made it a general short note for purposes of the demo. But I can essentially add any sentence and create any response that I want for those. So in other words, any variable that you have from patient to patient for that same procedure, that variable we're going to make a multiple choice answer for you. So you can see here, patient presents for crown prep on what tooth number. Now one other thing to highlight here is this is set up as a multiple response. So if I'd like to, I can click on as many of these teeth as I want. So if they came in for a big old bridge, you can select all the teeth that you did a bridge for. So I'm just going to select that one for now. So we're going to crown prep on tooth number 1. Next up is my medical history. There are no changes, so I'm just going to mark that. I'm going to select on the shade, so we're going to go with Hollywood White V1. How many carpals did I use of that anesthetic? Now again, this here is showing we can select on a single response. So I'm going to go ahead and go with 3 carps. That anesthetic type that I used. Now with this one, there is a multiple response. So you can see I've got my topical in here, and I've also got the type of injectable anesthetic. With either of these, I could separate this out and make my topical a separate response if I want to, or I can keep those in there because I've marked this as a multiple response. So I can select on my topical and Lido if I would like. For right now, I'm just going to go with that Lido, add that in there. And then I've got the doctor's response or hygienist, whoever's taking those notes. Go ahead and do that. And really, you can see within a matter of seconds, I've gone ahead and created that auto clinical note. I'm going to save that and show you now how really easy it is to go ahead and just create your own note. So I'm going to go back up to the note section here, go down to create or edit that response. Right here you can see I've got a spot for creating that new template. I'm going to select on that. Now from here, say we wanted to do a, let's go ahead and do composite. If I can spell, I'll do composite 1 just so I can differentiate in there. Now from here, I can create my own sentences, I can make a new prompt, or I can select from everything that I've already got here. Really, you could have a different note for every provider that you've got in the office. So if you've got multiple dentists, multiple hygienists, they can have their own note. They can mark those notes maybe with Hygiene 1, Hygiene 2, Composite A, Composite B. So I'm going to start with patient presents for, this is a composite. We're going to remove decay. Oh wait, before that, we're going to anesthetize, aren't we? So patient presents for composite. I'm going to go ahead, go back over there, and I'm going to add in that anesthetic type that I used. Highlight that and insert. And I'm going to have that prompt that you saw before for anesthetic. Then we're going to remove decay, place Toffelmeyer, and then maybe you want to add in at this point the type of bond that I've used. So I've got a couple of bond selections here. This is the one we're going to use, so I'll select on that and insert. That's going to give me that multiple choice question that I've got in there. After that, let's see, let's go back in for my anesthetic type and add in the carpals that I use. So I'm going to go back in there, add that in. And the next thing I'm going to do, we placed our bond. I'm going to place composite. And then I want to insert the type or the shade type. So I'm going to select on shade, insert that. If I want to go over the type of surfaces that I did use, I'm going to select on surface, insert that, and again, we're just kind of doing this on the fly here, but this can essentially be laid out exactly the way that you need it to be. I'm going to throw in that tooth number there, and then I want to have the doctor or that provider's initials, so I'm going to insert that. Now, if there was another type of prompt that I wanted this to give me, and I don't have that here, I can go ahead and select on New Prompt, and we'll go ahead and title this. I'm just going to go ahead and do bond and show you how I set up that bond type over there. So I'm going to do bond type 1. And then remember the differences. I repeated it several times because I wanted you to remember this part. You can do a single response to the prompt that's put on there, or you can do a multiple response. So primarily for a bond type, we're usually only going to have a single response in there. I'm going to put bond type A, bond B, bond C. And once I've saved that, it's going to show as my bond type 1 is the prompt text that I'm going to have in there. And then my response types are going to be bond A, B, and C. So these are the ones that I'll just be able to quickly select on once I've added that into my note. So we've got all the options that we need here, and we pretty much have this put together in our little paragraph here. As I said, yours will be in much, much more detail than I have done here. You can put in as many prompting and responses as you would like to. So that part's up to you, but just kind of for this purpose, I'm going to go ahead and save that. And then there's that note we just created. So now if you want to go back in and use your composite OneNote, you can certainly go ahead and do that. I'm going to go back in here, go to my ACE Notes again, and there's my composite one that we just made. So I'm going to go ahead and use that one, and I'll be darned. There are the responses and sentences that we had created. So I'm going to go ahead and use my Lido, select on that, how many cartwheels of anesthetic that I used, what type of bond, shade, and we're going to go pick tooth 4 today. And then I've got my doctor's initials. I will save that. And you have just created your very own ACE clinical note. We really hope you enjoy this feature. You can see it's going to make the process even that much faster for you. If you have any questions on this feature, please feel free to reach out to us. You can chat with us from our website at ace-dental.com. You could set up a lunch and learn if you'd like the whole staff to learn how to do this. We'll do a discount rate for mini lunch and learns with our training department. If you're interested in that, please reach out to me at Shelly@ace-dental.com. Again, we hope you enjoy this feature, and please let us know if you have any questions.